Hey, sorry about that. I went in under my personal ID instead of the actual class. Thanks for waiting for me. Oh my goodness. And just in time, Nutmeg showed up. So there we go. Life is good. Let's see. Boy, in the nick of time. Well, I figured I must have done something wrong if no one was here with 1 minute to go. Okay. Oh, need to get some music queued up. Okay. I was going to say it's Ladies' Day, but there are David and Tom and Joseph. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're even Steven, 3 and 3. All right. Well, in spite of that, today's OMG fact is more female oriented. Women. Okay. I call this razor burn. Women started removing hair from their legs in 400 BCE. They either plucked them with tweezers, that's got to be an all-day event, or singed them with a flame.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's why I said, you know, razor burn. Ow! If you got a little bit too close or a little too hot. Then it kind of defeats the purpose because your legs probably don't look very good with, you know, blisters down them instead of hair. Anyway, just saying.
That's where the story of women being hot came from.
Say that again. Women being hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's say that.
Long ago. Okay.
Okay. Let's see. I will leave the trivia question for the end. Okay. We'll say that's an okay. We are using light weights and a chair today. So grab those. Please feel free to play some music in the background, and I will meet you standing up with everything close by, handy, please. Okay, so again, you have your weights in your chair handy. We're just going to start in a really wide position. We're going to take a moment before we even warm up and just mobilize that spine a little bit. So bend your knees, hands on your thighs, squeeze the shoulders back and down out of your ears, feel that length, and drop your chin, feel a nice stretch. And then tuck your chin and lift up. Tuck your tailbone under and stick it out. Just your tailbone, try and roll it under, stick it out. One more time, roll it under, stick it out. And now drop your head, drop your tailbone, and then extend them both and let your ribs drop, squeeze the shoulders. So we're gonna round and squeeze. We're gonna round and squeeze 2 more times, round and squeeze. Good, and then we're gonna come up. Shoulders out of your ears, abs in, and we're going to step touch. And a little elbow lift, and an arm lift. We're going to swing those arms. And we're going to start angling front leg and back leg. Matter of fact, give me a little bicep curl and mosey your way to your weights. Add them on. Not a full range of motion, because that would be a little fast for that. Last 2. Last 1, hands are here, knee lift. You're going to use the opposite arm and lift it up. Small movement. Front arm can do a little tricep extension or back arm. Anyway, you got it. Knee up, sorry, I started to do a hamstring curl. I don't know where I am. Good. Now you're going to go to that hamstring curl. You can lift your arms up, elbows higher than the shoulders, squeeze back. Squeeze. 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 Curl that hamstring. Good. Last one like that. Arms are gonna go up, leg is gonna go straight. Very small range, fronts of the shoulders. One more time, and then we go back to that step touch. Bicep curl. Good, hands are here. At a knee lift, front arm does a little curl, back arm does a little tricep. I keep doing a hamstring, sorry. Now add that hamstring curl. Hands are lower than your elbows. Feel that between your shoulders. Last one like that. And then our thumbs are up, our legs are straight. Good, and now we're gonna put the weights down. And we're gonna do that tap again, just 4 this time. Knee lift. One more like that. Hamstring curl, squeeze back. And then we extend the leg and the arms. You can go higher since you don't have those weights. And now we go back to the tap, just 2. Knee lift, 2. Hamstring curl, 2. Extension for 2. 1 tap, 1 knee lift, 1 hamstring curl, 1 extension, tap here, listen up. We're gonna take the last 3, take this tap away, double time it. Knee, curl, extend. Again, knee, curl, extend. Just keep it moving if you're confused. Knee, curl, extend one more time. Tap. All right. Heading the other way, bring your weights with you initially. Let your arms just rest for now. Add that bicep curl. Good, now we're gonna go knee lift. That back arm is doing a bicep, and the front arm is doing a tricep. And there I go again. Apparently, I really want to do a hamstring curl with this. Two more. Now we get to do that hamstring curl. Elbows are higher than your wrists. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Palms are facing me, or your palms are facing you. Good, now thumbs up, legs extend. Good, we're going back to that tap, bicep curl. Two more. Knee up. Tricep and bicep. Oh, got it. Good, now we do that hamstring curl. Get a little rear deltoid shoulder work. And then thumbs are up, extend. Set those weights down. 4 of everything, 4 taps. 4 knee lifts. 4 hamstring curls, squeeze those shoulders. 4 extensions. 2 taps. 2 knee lifts. 2 curls. 2 extensions. 1 of each. 1 tap. 1 knee. 1 curl. 1 extension. Now we're going to double time those last 3. Knee, curl, extend. Knee, curl, extend. Again, just keep it moving if you're confused. Last 2. Woo! I hope you feel a little warmed up here. Step touch. Roll those shoulders again. Good. 4, 3, 2. Last 1. Wide legs, abs drawn in. Just a simple plie. Slide that tailbone down an imaginary wall so you're not sticking your booty out behind you as you would with a squat. Option with your arms. Option to roll up on your toes when you come up. Good, last one, stay up on your tippy toes, come down, you should feel your quads working a little bit, drop your heels, lift. So feel this in your calves. Last 2. Last 1, hold, press up. Hold those shoulders out of your ears. Just set those weights off to the side for just a second. Bring your chair in a position where you can put your hands on the outside edges. Shift yourself into a high plank position. Make sure your shoulders aren't shrugged. They're out of long neck. Elbows come backwards and straighten. So tricep press up or push up. Head in line with your spine. You don't want to drop it. You don't want to lift the chin. Try and keep it part of your spine. Back of the neck is long. Elbows bend backwards. Shoulders stay out of your ears. 4 more. Last 2. Last 1, you're going to hold. Pull your abs in, tuck your booty under. Ooh, press that back. Keep your right hand in the chair, open to the left. Bend your opposite knee. And then reverse. Back through center. Bring yourself up, abs draw in. Let's flip that chair to face the other way. Okay. So you're going to take the weight behind your right leg. First thing you want to do is squeeze that heel close to the booty, right? So you have a good grip here. Second thing you want to do is bend your left leg. For now, have your weight very handy. We'll use it in a moment. Lift your knee forward, bring it through center, and then see how far you can push it back without arching your spine, right? So you don't want to cheat yourself out of that range. Forward, center, behind. Forward, don't swing it though. Center and behind. 1 more like that. Forward, center and behind. Stay here. Press behind only. So that was my sneaky way of getting you out of that, bringing it forward. Knee stays behind the other knee. When you are ready, if you want, at the same time, you're going to bring the weight into the same hand and just a little tricep extension. You should feel glutes, some hamstring because you're holding that weight, and your tricep. Palm is facing the front. Last 2. Last 1, listen up. Hinge forward, but keep your standing leg bent. Otherwise, you'll be rounded. So long spine. Now you're gonna lift that heel up towards the sky so you can't see your knee anymore. And you're gonna just press and press and press. Option to bring that arm out to the side, leading with your elbow. Now, you are gonna feel this a lot in your standing leg. And that is by design. Head, neck and long, neck is long. 2 more. Last one, just hold it up there, getting little pulses. And relax. Woo! We're gonna stretch both outer hips. Leg that you had the weight in crosses over, tailbone long. Stick that booty up and out. Oh, that should feel good. And then round it under, that should help that low back. And then stick it out again, that's your outer hip. Round it under one more time, stick it out, stand up, cross that leg, and then arch away from it. All right, let's do stretch the other leg. Cross it, sit that booty out behind you. Let's do that heel. Round it under, extend it out. Good, round it under and extend it out. And then we'll cross. And there we go. All right, goody goody, other leg. So you can just stay where you are. I'm switching just so you guys see me better. So we'll start with that weight. In my case, it's behind my left knee. You want to squeeze that heel really close to your hip so you've got a good connection there, hamstring curl. Abs drawn in, knee's going to come forward through center. Oh, bend your right leg, your standing leg, press back. So we go forward, through center and back. Forward, through center and back. One more time, forward, through center and back, and we stay back. We just press back, press back. Option, grab that weight, and at the same time, sorry, tricep press. Press it back. Standing leg is bent. Good. 4 more. Very nice. Pitch yourself forward. Make sure the standing leg is nice and bent. You're going to flex that heel to the sky and push straight up. Spine is long. You want to add that deltoid raise out to the side, lateral raise. Good. Stay here, pulse. And bring it up. Ooh, baby. That leg crosses, booty sits out, tailbone is long, roll it under. Take it out again, lengthen that spine, bring that leg down, stand it up, and we're going away from that leg. Opposite leg crosses, flex through the heel, bend the standing leg, stick that booty out so it's an outer hip stretch, round it under, stick it out again, and then cross, and up and over. All right. To set the weights down again for a moment. We have another set of that tricep push-up. So palms are facing each other. Walk the feet back. Shift your weight so you're right over your shoulders. Make sure the shoulders aren't rounded. Head in line with your spine. So nod your head yes. Elbows press backwards. Just a few more. Let's hold this one down. Abs in, tailbone under, and press it back. And again, just let your back arm rest in the chair, in the back knee, and open Good. Switch it up. Nice. And then we come up. Okay. Oops, sorry. Chair there. Weight, one in your chair and one back behind that right leg again. All right. Bend that standing leg, that left leg. Squeeze so your hamstrings are engaged and you're not going to drop that weight. Take that knee behind the left, not in front. When you take it back, you don't want to arch your spine. Lateral raise here. Option, opposite hand has a weight, thumb up, and you're out in a half of a V position. One more, hold everything up, squeeze that, squeeze. Hamstring while that leg is up. Turn your palm to the sky, extend it straight. Three, two, and one. Woo! Simple stretch. The leg you just worked, right leg, crosses up and over. Round it, and then lift it back up again. Let's do the other side. So again, that weight is behind your left leg this time. You want a tight grip. So squeeze that heel really close to your hip, bend your right knee, press the left leg behind the right, and lift to the side. Adding on, thumb to the sky, half of a V. Few more here. Good, leave that leg up. You're gonna squeeze. Here, you're gonna turn your palm, you're gonna extend. So it's about that pressing forward, not the bend in the arm. And relax. Woo, again, simple stretch. Cross that leg over, and hip goes away. And then we're gonna stand up. And once again, weights can be off down on the floor for a moment. We get to do some lovely tricep dips. So I'm gonna sit forward in the chair. Palms are facing each other and holding onto the edge of the chair. Immediately notice our shoulders want to round forward, so we're gonna bring them back. We're gonna lift up, but extend through the spine. We're gonna start with bent knees, and all I want you to do is scoot the hip off the edge of the chair, right? So it doesn't lift up, it just scoots forward. Bend and straighten your arms. Now you might find your legs are helping, so walk them a little farther ahead. For the most challenged, they go straight, but you make sure you don't bridge your hips. Your hips have to slide down that chair and lift up. Slide and lift, slide and lift. So your legs may be helping a little bit. Just make sure there's still a tricep dip with it. Two more, and then we'll hold at the bottom. Hold here. Give me a little lift, tiny pulse. Make sure it's from your arms, not your hips. And lift. Woo! Woo! Let's give those triceps some love. So right arm is going to come down and tap your right shoulder. Pull back. And then move that hand to the center of your back. So you have three triceps. That's why they're called triceps. So you want to stretch all three angles here. Shake that out. Left arm to your left shoulder, press up and back. Center. And then over to your right shoulder. And we'll shake that out. All right, well, we're in this chair. How fun. Grab both weights for me, please. All right, you're going to take one weight in your left hand and put it right below your left knee. Then lift that left leg up and extend so you can feel when you straighten your leg, oh, that works my quad. So bend it 1/4 inch and straighten and straighten. Keep doing that for me. Let me just turn the Oopsie, volume off there. So quadricep working, and then adding on one more shoulder exercise. Again, lateral raise if you want. If you prefer working the front of the deltoid, it's right here. You can do a combination here and here, but hopefully your quad is starting to get this, but make sure you're not here like a turtle. You're extended, nice and tall. Good, last two. Last one, hold it, just hold it for 8, sit taller, 7, 6, 5, lift it, 4, 3, 2, and 1. To stretch that leg, you're just gonna shift your weight. So your left glute drops off the chair. Bring the leg behind you. And drop. You could even lift that left arm up behind you. You could tuck the rib and the hip together. And then we'll come up, sit on that chair again. Bring that weight into your right hand and put it below your right knee. And lift that leg up and extend it until you feel, oh yeah, my quad works there. Bend and straighten. When you're ready to add your deltoid, it can be to the side. It could be thumb up to the front or a combination. You could even split the difference and make a V here. Sit up tall. Two more. And relax. Wait, nope, hold it. Hold. 8 and 7, 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! And again, to stretch, we're just going to scoot over, let that right hip drop off. You know, behind you a little, tucking around. Beautiful. All right, while we're in that chair, we're going to get a little love for those outer hips. One more time, stretch. You're going to take your left leg and you're going to bring it mid-calf, right? So not my ankle, mid-calf, which is going to lift it up. So I'm going to press it down. I'm going to lift my ankle at the same time, and I'm going to make sure that I'm not rounding through my spine. Extend tall through your spine. You should feel that in that outside of that left hip. And then cross it all the way over. Lift, give me a twist. Keep your legs how they are, and twist it the other way and get a little stretch on your chest. Woo! Maybe even a crack in your spine. Left foot on the ground. Right leg is going to cross mid-calf. We're going to lift the ankle. We're going to press the knee down. We're going to sit tall, even if you extend your ribs a little bit. I mean, I'd rather you pull the ribs in and extend through the spine, but it's okay. And then we'll cross that knee all the way over. And we're going to start with a nice twist here. And then we'll go the other way. Beautiful. All right. Last thing we're going to do here, we're going to put those weights on our shoulders. And then just, maybe an index finger to hold them in place. But don't hold them off of your shoulders. Let them create some weight on your shoulder. Unless you have a lot of compression issues in your spine. And then if those weights are heavy and they feel like they're pushing your spine down, don't do this. Good. So just calf raises, by the way. Heels lifting. Feel that work in your calves. Last two like this. Last one, stay up, hold. See if you can go a little higher on a little pulse. So a lot of balance here. 3, 2, and 1. Bring your legs into a V, lift one heel and then the other heel, and then squeeze the heels together at the top. Don't let them separate at the top, please. Down and up, down and up. Squeeze them together at the top. Leave them here at the top, squeeze. Little pulses. And relax. All right, let's step back with the left leg. Foot plates straight ahead, lunge into your right leg. Make sure your booty's not sticking out. Then bend that knee for a deeper stretch in your Achilles, your gastroc, your soleus. Roll up. Toe out, heel in. Bring that hip with you. Press, bend, and lift up. Toe in, heel out. Lunge, bend, and roll up. All right, switch it. Right leg back. Press that heel down. Bend that knee. Roll up on those toes. Toes out, heel in. Press that hip forward. Bend that knee. And roll it up. Toe in. Heel down. Bend it. And bring it up. All right. We are headed to the ground. You will not need your chair anymore. You will need your weights. So let's go ahead. Make your way down to the ground, please. All right, so we're going to start on our spine. Just a little bit of bridge work here. We're going to put those weights on your hip flexors so they kind of stay in place, and you're just going to use your fingertips to keep them there. Do me a favor and exhale, pull your ribs down. Inhale, let them pop. Exhale down. Inhale, let them pop. Exhale down, leave them there. Notice if you pressed your low back into the ground, maybe you can leave it in neutral. And then heels are underneath your knees and we're hip distance apart, and we lift up in that first bridge. We're going to go a little higher and press the knees forward. And then from there, pushing down on those weights, you're going to lower halfway and lift, half and lift, half and lift, one more half and lift. Lower all the way, lift halfway, lower all the way, lift half, lower, half, one more lower, half. Now go all the way up through center, all the way down, all the way up through center, down, all the way up. Pressing down through those weights. Last two, and last one. Shift both weights onto your left hip flexor. This is going to make your left hip want to roll, right? So just press a hand into that, lift back up in your bridge, and already notice, oh, that's a little harder. So you really have to ignite that left hip and glute. And then maybe put your right hand down to start with. Lift that right leg up off the ground and extend it up in the air. And then if you can, lift that right hand without tipping to the left. We're going to lower and lift that right leg, lower and lift, lower, lift, one more, lower, lift. Now the hips, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. Now lower your right leg, lower your hips, come up, lift your leg, lower, lower, lift, lift, lower, lower, lift, lift, lower, lower, lift, lift, one more, lower, lower, lift, and lift. So we nicely stretch that hip. Now, mine's in misery again, but we'll do it again at the end of class. Both weights on your right hip, please. Right hand holds those in place. Flat back position, lift up. All right, so again, maybe left hand down to start with as you lift that left leg up. And then if you can lift that left arm, that's great. Lower and lift that leg. Two more times. You can stick with this, or you can lift and lower your hip. And then if you want to put those together, you're going to lower your leg, lower your hip, lift your hip, and then the leg. So it's leg, hip, hip, leg, leg, hip, hip, leg, leg, hip, hip, leg. You got it, I assume. Two more. Ooh, brutal juices. All right. So let's do one last tricep, starting to bring in some abdominal work too. So we're going to put both weights in the left hand. We're gonna straighten that arm right above us, and we're gonna lift and lower that shoulder a couple times, just so we feel that shoulder retraction, and then leave that shoulder down. Nod your head, yes, tuck the chin. Take your right hand, put it on your left rib cage. You might already feel a little tippy, so even things up. And then finally, take that left arm over your head, and instead of letting the ribs pop as they want to do, use the abs to pull them down. Then lift that arm straight above you. So up and over and straight above you. As you do this, that left side of your body is going to be working a little harder to stabilize and not let the ribs lift. One more time, up and over. While that arm is over, you're going to bend and straighten, tricep. My pinky is to the sky this time, so working a different angle on that tricep, different part. Are your ribs still in? And now we put that together. So we're going to lift up, come overhead, bend, straighten, lift. Up and over, bend, straighten, lift. Up and over, bend, straighten, lift. Up and over, bend, straighten, and lift. Two more, up and over, bend, straighten, lift. One more, up and over, bend, straighten, and lift. Whoo, yeah, all right. Take a moment, your left arm can come over your head. You can walk it over to the other side. You can let it flop open. Just roll it around a little bit. If you bring your hand down, fingers facing forward, you might get a nicer stretch there, and then shake that out. And then both weights come into your right hand, and we're immediately going to put our left hand on that right rib cage, pull everything down, even it up so you're not cocky jawed. Bring that arm overhead, feel that extra challenge, and bring it above you. Up, we forgot this, I forgot this. Good, one more time, and then arm up and over, and then above you. Chin is tucked, back of the neck is long. And now we'll leave that arm overhead. We're going to bend and straighten, pinky to the sky. Back of the neck is long. And then we put those together. So you're going to lift up, come overhead, bend, straighten, and lift. Up and over, bend, straighten, and lift. Up and over, bend, straighten, lift. Up and over, bend, straighten, lift. Up and over, bend, straighten, lift. Two more, up and over, bend, straighten, and lift. Up and over, bend, straighten, lift. Ooh, bring it up. Arms in a T position, palms are up. Just get a nice stretch up. Slide that right hand out and bring it, mobilize, and then maybe fingers forward to feel a deeper stretch. And then we'll slide it underneath and get just a nice chest opener here for just a moment. Nod your head, yes. Deep breath in, and then we're going to exhale, and we're going to bring those weights onto our ankles here. Maybe stack them up if you can. Bring your forehead to your knees. We're going to start rolling like a ball. Start small, as if you're stuck, like a stuck bug. I don't want you to kick, because I want you to leave those weights right there on those ankles. But eventually, because of those weights, your lower body is a little heavier, and you might be able to roll all the way up. Just don't put your toes on the ground. Roll on the exhale and pause at the top on the inhale. Roll on the exhale, pause at the top on the inhale. Again, we're going to roll on the exhale, pause at the top on the inhale. And one more time, roll on that exhale, inhale, pause at the top. And then we're going to bring those weights off to the side. We're going to sit up, pull those glutes out from under you, and we're going to grab hold of the backs of the legs. So we're going to do just a simple roll down, and then we'll add the weights if you so choose. So straighten your arms, and then keep your head in line without bringing it too far forward. Nod yes, and then let go and pull your ribs in to protect. So you feel that strength. Then arms are going to go out into a T. They're going to come down, and then you're going to lift up at the top if you want. Exhale, hinge back, inhale, pull those ribs in, open those arms, and lift back up. Now, be aware of what's going on in the knees. You could even put one weight there and notice if when you come up, your knees want to release that weight and gap open. So just be aware of that. That'll help keep you into a line. Then if you want to, you're going to grab the other weight, bring it in front of you, exhale, hinge back, pull your ribs in, and see if instead you can lift your arms a little bit, not like this, right? So keep those shoulders back. Lower your hands before you try to come up, or that will be not very good for your spine. So you exhale, hinge back, pull your ribs in, lift, exhale, lower the hands before you come up. If you want more, you take that weight out from between your knees, but keep your knees squeezed together. You exhale, hinge back. Two options: open them into a T or lift them up either in a V or even over your head. I guess that's three options, or roll it up. Inhale, give it a lift. Exhale, hinge back, tuck, open. Again, lower the hands before you try to come up, right? So you're inhaling at the bottom and the top. You're exhaling to move back and forward. And your arms are down when you're moving, and they're up at the top and the back. Don't have to lift them up at the front if you don't want to. All right, you have two more, and then you're going to stay back on that last one. So here you are. Pull the ribs in. Make sure you're not rounded, because we do not want to grind on our vertebra as we pivot open with each arm. Now, keep going. You may feel a little bit of work in your deltoid. Try to keep it out of the neck. If you feel it in your neck, did you turtle it, right? You want to be a swan, long neck swan. Two more, please. And then relax. All right, we're going to roll over onto our side facing me. We're going to do a little tiny, did we already do a lot of outer hip? We already did a lot of outer hip, didn't we? We're just going to do a tiny bit more, tiny bit. I promise this will be quick, quick, quick. So stack your hips, stack your knees. Take both weights, that's because we're going to do quick, and put them on your top leg. And then do not hold them, just put your palm on top of them to hold them in place. Make sure your waistline is off the ground and you're not hinged forward. You're long in your upper body. We're going to start by lifting the knee and the ankle at the same time. Good. And then bring your heels together and pivot your knees open. Then close your knees, lift your heels, and lift up from there. Waistline still lifted. Now, put your bottom leg down, keep it bent. Top leg is coming in front of you. You're going to come forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Don't roll into your waistline. Keep it lifted. And then reverse your direction. So go back, up, in front, down, back, up, in front. Good. One more. And relax. I told you it'd be a quick set. Bend that knee, give that hip some love. And then while we're on this side, we're gonna just have one weight handy. Press this shoulder back, elbow is directly below that shoulder. Lift up out of your lats, create space between your ear and shoulder. Legs are gonna stack for a side plank or bend with knees up in the, or feet up in the air. Come on up. And we're going to take that top weight, we're going to lift the hip a little bit and slightly arch that weight over the head, only if that's okay with your shoulder. Just two more. Good. Now put that weight on your hip, and again, use your fingers to hold it in place and lift, and lift. And come down. You should have felt that a little bit more when you did that with the weight on top of your hip. All right, we are pivoting to the other side, please. Bend your knees, bring your arm underneath your ear, stack your hips, stack your spine, stack your knees, stack your ankles, stack it all up. All right. All right, but don't stack your potato chips. Hands on that weight, flex through that top heel, foot, and lift. Trying to keep the knee and the heel at the same height, waistline off the ground, and now heels together and we pivot open. Good, knees together, heels lift, whoops, and we pivot. Where am I? Pivot open here. Good, and then everything down, leave the bottom knee where it is, extend that top leg, bring it forward, up, behind, and down. Circle here, you can point your toe and make it look pretty. Woo, and add intensity and reverse, back, forward, down, back, up, forward, down. Again, try not to through the torso, stabilize. And bend. Give that hip some love. And we're coming up into a side plank on this side. Elbow underneath your shoulder, shoulder pushes back, lats engage, lots of space here. One weight, come up in your side plank, arm right above you, and then a little arch if you want. And then that weight goes on your hip or your leg and press up and press up. And bring it down. Woo! All right. We are going to come over onto our spine. Have one weight on each side of your hips before you lie down, or excuse me, onto your abs. And then slide your hands underneath the weights so that your knuckles are down and your palms are facing up. Bring your big toes close together, touching if you can. Hip distance is okay. Lift your kneecaps, but press your toenails into the ground. Then lift those shoulders off the ground and then drop them down. Lift and drop. Notice what muscles you have to use around your shoulder blade area to keep those shoulders off the ground. Leave them up this time. Now tighten those legs, kneecaps lift, toes stay down. Slide your hands away from you and lift your spine. So feel that arch in your upper back, and now give me a little pulse as you lift that way. 2 more, and then bring it down. Inhale, exhale, roll the shoulders up and together, lift up, stretch, reach, hold, 1 pulse, and down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift, squeeze. Hold at the top, a little pulse, and down. Just 4 more. Here we go. Lift, squeeze, hold, little pulse, and down. Lift on the exhale, squeeze, reach on the inhale, exhale down. Inhale, prepare 1 more time. Lift it up, squeeze it, and relax. You can press all the way up and back. We're going to lie on our spine. We're going to have our weights handy, maybe 1 on each side of your body, please. Now I'm going to leave the one on my right side where it is, but I'm going to take the other one and bring it behind my right knee. And then I can just use the ends of that dumbbell to drive circles. And we'll go the other way, beginning to loosen up and stretch out that body after you guys worked so very hard. And then hug that knee to your right and let it drop to the right as the left knee drops open. And then as we come back through center, hug that knee in, straighten out your left leg. See if you can press your heel towards the sky, and then eventually roll that weight up the calf. Point your toe to lift yourself, and then flex through the heel and pull in for a deep, deep, deep hamstring stretch. Bend the knee, and you're going to put the weight on the outside of the leg as you bring that knee toward your left, starting to feel that outer hip stretch. If you want a little more, straighten the leg, feel your IT band and calf. And then bend the knee and slide your right hand under the weight and twist. As you come back through center, we'll take just a moment and we'll do that passive figure 4 stretch. So as if you were threading the needle, but we're just gonna leave the legs down. You might put your right hand on the inside of the right leg, left hand on the hip. And then, yep, we're gonna go ahead and give that one quick squeeze for that outer hip. You might feel that again, and then cross knee over knee, and finally hands slide under those weights one more time, knees drop left. One more time for this side anyway. And back through center we go, right foot on the ground. We'll take that right weight and put it behind the left knee. Hug again nice and close and use those dumbbell edges to drive some circles in both directions. And then over to the left, hug it in. And then as you come back through center, straighten the right leg, flex through that left heel, pull the leg close, and then roll that weight up, point to lift. Exhale, flex and pull down. Woo. And then we'll bend that knee. We're going to bring the weight on the outside of that leg and bring it across towards the right shoulder. Extra love on that hip. And maybe you extend that leg and turn the toe in. And then finally, we twist with that left hand snaked under the weight. As you come back through center, crisscross. Passive figure 4. You might put your right hand on the hip and left hand on that inner thigh to open up a little more. And then we'll go ahead and take a quick little thread the needle. And then crisscross completely, maybe a couple little circles. And then finally we slide our hands under and twist. Back through center we go. Meet me on your hands and knees, whether you roll up and flip over or roll over and flip over, whatever is best for you. Hands out in front a little bit, and we're going to inhale cow, and we're going to exhale cat. Mobilizing through that, and then we're going to do a staggered one. So left hand forward and right knee forward. We'll do that same cow-cat, undulating and moving. And then we're going to bring knees together, hands together. We're going to do right hand forward and left knee forward, and we're going to undulate forward and back, rounding and extending. Nice. And then again, we'll square everything up. And we're going to do one last undulation by bringing everything apart. That didn't make sense, sorry. All right, and then finally, you're just going to find that high plank position by tucking those toes and maybe pedal those knees out a little bit as you walk your feet towards you. And then find that down dog and pedal your ankles. And then a wide stance. From that wide stance, you're going to walk back. You're going to hang forward. Nod yes and shake no. Bend your knees, bring your hands on your thighs. You're going to exhale and round into that cat stretch. Inhale, open up into that cow. Exhale, round into that cat. Inhale, open up into that cow. Shoulders out of your ears, back of the neck is long. Abs are drawn in, ribs are drawn in. We're going to lift up. We're going to curtsy. Big deep breath in. We're going to curtsy the other way. We're going to come to center. Thank you, guys. Okay.